Welcome to Big Dave's Farm Life. On today's episode, we're going to kind of have a quick look at the RK55 brand tractor. Also, we're going to have a look at a couple of the implements that Rural King has on offer. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, here we are at Rural King. Looks like they have grapples starting at about $2,200. That's a subcompact grapple. I would need something more like this. And price of this one is $34.99. And this is a 6-foot grapple. It's kind of a hybrid between a rock grapple and a log grapple. I can't speak to the quality because I don't know anyone that has tried these, so I can't say anything good or bad. I do know that most of this equipment is made to hit a certain price point, but I'm not going to say that this is right or this is wrong. Most of this equipment will not hold up for my purposes, but if you own a smaller homestead and you don't have huge acreages and you're not planning on using the equipment hard, you know, it may be worth considering some of this stuff, you know, as an option for you. Here is their light duty disc. It's got the angle iron frame. You basically only want to use this if you've already tilled. So, for example, in gardens, if you've already tilled the ground, you might come in and make a pass with this. But my question is this: if you already have a tiller, do you really want to buy a disc as well? Because they kind of serve the same purposes. But if I was going to get a disc, I'd be more likely to get this one over here, or at least consider it. Hang on, I'll show it to you. Check this guy out. This is more like it. It's got a square tubing frame. So it has the notched discs in the front and the smooth discs on back. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. Kind of, not really, but you know, it's kind of like as universal as it can be. So it has the notched discs up front to help break up the clogs and the chunks of dirt, and it has the smooth discs in back to try to leave a nice smooth finish. This looks like a relatively decently heavy frame, considering it is just a consumer grade disc. So if I was gonna get a disc and I thought that I might need to disc up a sod such as a pasture, I would look way harder at one like this. Even better would be one that is pulled by a drawbar, but you're looking at double or triple the price compared to one of these. And also, if you get one of these, just know that you're gonna need to put some weight in the back if you want to break through a dense sod such as a pasture. Alright, it looks like they don't have any of the tractors that I really came to see today, which would be their RK76, I believe. It's about 65 horsepower. But the closest they do have is this RK55. I looked really hard at these tractors when I was looking around to buy a tractor. And I did not buy them for a couple reasons. First of all, I'm gonna tell you a couple of the things that I do like about them. Number one, they're a modern tractor. You know, they were designed recently, so they have a lot of the luxuries that we really like to have, such as these telescopic draft links, which that is a really nice option. especially if you don't have the quick attach implements. So that's a real nice option. Other nice things that it has is, for example, it has an auto throttle. So when I'm using the loader and I need that extra oomph, you can set it in a mode where it will automatically give you some gas when you need it. Or, for example, when you're running an implement and it bogs down, it'll give you a little bit extra gas so you don't stall out. Now you can also set it over to manual mode. I like how it has bucket level indicator right here, because it is difficult to see when your bucket is level on a tractor such as this. It's a lot easier on a skid steer. But anyways, this bucket level indicator can show you when your bucket is level. That's a lot easier. A couple things I do not like about it. The biggest thing is its weight. It's just not heavy enough. For example, a 55 horse tractor and other brands, you can get this in a utility tractor. But this one, for example, is a compact utility tractor. I believe this thing weighs somewhere around 4,500 pounds, something like that. Well, I need to be able to pick up 1,400 pound bells. This is just not heavy enough. Another thing that I do not like about these is the design of the steering. See how the steering arm itself is in front of the axle? At least it's higher than the axle, but it's in front of it. So if you accidentally run into a tree and a tree comes through here, it's going to bend your steering arm before it hits the axle. The best place for the steering arm is above the axle, behind it. So if you hit something like a stump right in here, it will hit your axle, and your axle, it's always going to be heavy, thick metal. That way, the axle will protect the steering arm. Oh, look, somebody got them a skid steer. Alright guys, right over here is an open station RK55. If I was going to get one of these models, it'd probably be this one. Looks like they're running a special right now where these tractors are $3,500 off, but you know, sometimes sales are real, sometimes it's a gimmick. This loader's taken off. It looks like this loader might go on that tractor. But guys, if y'all are interested in these tractors, please just let me know, and I'll come and I'll do an in-depth video, and I'll start at the 25 and work my way through the whole line if y'all are interested. So definitely let me know. Alright guys, that's the RK55 tractor by Rural King, and just some of the thoughts that I have on it. If you guys would like to see more on this tractor, or even a complete video about this whole lineup, just let me know if that's something you would have interest in. For now, we're gonna start to wrap this up. Please keep in mind that I do now have a Patreon, so one day soon I might earn my first dollar on YouTube. So please like, share, and subscribe, and remember, keep the dirt on your hands.